Hi, and welcome to today's Social Studies Read Aloud. I'm Ms. Barbata, and today we're going to be reading Paul Revere's Ride. Listen, my children, and you shall hear of the midnight ride of Paul Revere on the 18th of April in 75. Hardly a man is now alive who remembers that famous day and week. He said to his friend, if the British march by land or sea from the town tonight, hang a lantern aloft in the belfry arch of the north church tower as a signal light. One, if by land, and two, if by sea. And I, on the opposite shore, will be ready to ride and spread the alarm with every Middlesex village and farm, for the country folk to be up and to arm. Then he said, good night, and with a muffled oar, silently rowed the Charleston shore. Just as the moon rose over the bay, the swinging wide at her moorings lay, the Somerset, British man-o'-war, a plantation, with each mast and spar across the moon like a prison bar, and a huge black hole that was magnified by its own reflection in the tide. Meanwhile, his friend through alley and street wanders and watches with eager ears, till in the silence around him he hears the muster of men at the barracks door, the sound of arms and the tramp of feet. And he measured tread of the grenadiers marching down to their boats on the shore. Then he climbed the tower of the old North Church by the wooden stairs of stealthy tread to the belfry chamber overhead, and startled the pigeons from their perch on the sombre rafters that round him made masses and moving shapes of shade. By the trembling ladder, steep and tall, the highest window in the wall. Where he paused to listen and look down, a moment on the roofs of the town, and the moonlight flowering over all. Beneath in the churchyard lay the dead, in their nightly pattern on the hill, wrapped in silence so deep and still that he could hear, like a sentinel tread, the watchful nightwind as it went creeping along from tent to tent, and seemed to whisper, all is well. A moment only, he feels the spell of the place and the hour and the secret thread of the lonely belfry. For suddenly, all his thoughts are bent on the shadowy something far away, where the river widens to meet the bay, a line of black fins and hoops on the rising tide, like a bridge of boats. Impatient to mount and ride, booted and spurred with heavy stride, on the opposite shore walked Paul Revere. Now he patted his horse's side, now gazed at the landscape far and near, then impetuous stamped the earth, all turned and tightened his saddle girth. But mostly he watched with eager stretch the belfry tower of the old North Church, as it rose above on the hill, lonely, central, and somber and still. And lo, as he looks on the belfry's height, a glimmer, and then a gleaming light. He springs to the saddle, the bridle he turns, but lingers deep, till full on his sight, set in the dust burns. A hurry of hoofs in the village street, a shape in the moonlight, a bulk in the dark, and beneath, from the pebbles they pass, a spark struck by sea flame, feathers, fearless and fleet. That was all, and yet, through the gloom and the light, the fate of a nation was riding, and the spark struck out by that seed in his flight kindled the land into flame with its heat. He has left the village and mounted the steep, and beneath him, tranquil and broad and deep, is the mystic meeting of ocean tides, and under the alders that skirt its edge, now soft and singing, now loud on the ledge, is heard the tramp of his steed as he runs. It was 12 by the village clock when he crossed the bridge into Medford town. He heard the crowing of the cock and the barking of the farmer's dog, and felt the damp of the river fog that rises after the sun goes down. It was one by the village clock when he galloped into Lexington. He saw the gilded weathered clock swim in the moonlight as he passed, and the meeting house windows, blank and bare, gaze at him with a spectral air, as if they already stood aghast at the bloody work they could look upon. It was 2 by the village clock when he came to the bridge in Concord town. He heard the bleating of the flock and the twitter of the birds among the trees, and he felt the breath of the morning breeze blowing over the meadows around. And no one was safe and asleep in his bed, who at the bridge would be first to fall, who that day would be lying still, pierced by a British musket ball. You know the rest in the books you have read, how the British regulars fired and fled, how the farmers gave them ball for ball from behind each fence and farmyard wall. Chasing the redcoats down the lane and crossing the fields to emerge again under the trees at the turn of the road, and only pausing to pause in the road. So through the night, Lord Paul Revere, and so through the night his cry rode on to every Middlesex village and farm, a cry of defiance and not of fear, a voice in the darkness, a knock at the door, a word that shall echo forevermore, for borne on the night wind of the past, through all our history to the last, in the hour of darkness to herald and mean, the people will awaken and listen to hear the hurrying feet of that steed and the midnight message of Paul Revere. The end. Thank you for joining us.